Okay, so guys, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. So I wanted to give you guys a few tips about things that I did when I was a brand new consultant. Some of the things I did, some of the things I didn't in the beginning. So like basically lessons learned. Before we go through that though, I want to remind everybody we are coming up on year end. Our physical year ends June 30th at midnight. And so it's always a big push for those of us working on big goals and even our unit goals. So I like to always tell people, if you want to have a big finish to the year, that gives you a great start for the new year, which starts July 1. And I always encourage everybody to have it's called the $1,000 day challenge sale. And if you've got customers, great. If you don't, if you're just getting started, then you may want to just wait until next year. But $1,000 day sale is where you have a discount sale during the summer. And when you have the sale, we always, we email our customers, we send out postcards. Hang on just a second, Mo's coming in. We send out postcards. Hang on, let me put me on speaker view. Okay. All right. And so we send out postcards, email postcards, e-cards that are free, as you build your customer base, and that gives your customers like the layered effect of your sale. So the biggest sale I ever had, which was I think last November, I always have two sales. I have one in November and I have one in June. The November is the day after Thanksgiving. It's my Pink Friday sale. And then I usually have one in June for my end of the year push. So it's great to have that income coming in. And so my November sale, I think, was $4,500. But granted, I have a lot of customers. That's 20 years of building customers. But the end of the year sale, it does one more thing than just give you money in your pocket in the month of June. When someone calls you to order because you're having a sale, that is a booking opportunity. And all those calls that are coming in, if they're calling to get, 20% off or 25% off, whatever your sale is, then you can say, you know what, I'm working on a big goal this summer. I've got a goal to have this many parties. Would you like to get this order at 40% off or 50% off? You haven't lost any money. But you booked a new party. In this business, you got to be able to give a little to get something in return. You got to open your hand to be able to receive the blessing. Sometimes we hold so tight-fisted to that almighty dollar that our hands are not open to receive the blessing. And so when you do have your June sale and the people are calling you, that is your moment to get that booking. That's your booking opportunity, and turn that sale into your hostess plan is 40% off if you get 3 ladies together this summer to try my new summer products. Whenever there's a new product launch, that is your booking opportunity. Not that we just show the summer products, we always show we always lead with skincare. Skincare is our bread and butter. We never ever not lead with skincare. But like with the summer launch, you can say, we're going to lead with skincare. I'm going to show you the new summer products. I'm going to let you do a test panel. Whatever it takes to get those bookings, okay? Here's the thing. If you're going into the end of the year without a goal, and you're going to start the new year without a goal, that is not a good place to be. A goal that is never set will be missed every time, okay? We know that. I'll say it again, and Mary Kay used to say it. A goal that is never set is missed every time. You don't have anything that you're working toward, so you don't put yourself out there. I would always set really audacious goals this time of year for that big finish, even if I didn't know if I was going to finish it. But the momentum that it did, it helped me cross that finish line going full speed, okay? Champions have a 5th gear, and this is where we push it into 5th gear to finish the year, and then we start that new year off, full speed. And that just catapults you into a first great half of the new year. It's business. This is what we do. This is the momentum that you get, and it's like the snowball effect. Let's see, momentum can happen in 30 days, but a movement happens in 90 days. And so you do the same thing for 90 days and you've built a movement. You've earned your car. You're earning your car. You're becoming a sales director. You're establishing a large customer base. It's doing all these things. Now, that's leading me into what tonight's training is all about. Hang on just a second. All right, there you go. Ashley's on. Hey, Ashley. All right, so you missed a few minutes, but it's recorded and you can go back and watch it because we talked about having a goal for the end of the year that sets you up for a great start for the new year, which is July 1. Now, on July 1, the scoreboard is wiped clean and we all start all over. And that's from that newsletters. But we also do a big awards. We're doing our big awards ceremony in July, formal and everything. And so you want to be in the top 10 in sales. You want to be in the top 10 in team building. That's where, that's what this is all about. Now, let's talk about some things that you can do that is going to establish a solid foundation for your business. These are the things that I did. I'm going to tell you, I didn't always do these things. And I had to keep struggling and keep looking for new customers because I wasn't good at a lot of things about this business, a lot of the foundation parts of this business. And so, I had to get good at it. That's, we weren't all born to sell Mary Kay right off the bat. We had to learn. It's a learned skill. That's what I love about this business. It's like riding a bike. Once you figure it out, you're home free. So the things that will cripple your business if you don't master them, I'm going to list them. Coaching the class, okay? Coaching the class. Let's talk about that. When you finally get a party on the date books, if you haven't watched my Coaching the Class video, it is important. It is a must that you go watch it. I'm not going to go in all the details tonight, but I literally did a very specific class on coaching so that you would understand. Okay, Ashley, I don't know. I've got internet. Is it your internet, Ashley? She's saying the video is going in and out. If anybody else is having trouble, just text me on the chat so I can see. So the coaching the class is before your, a few days before your party that's going to hold, you get the numbers of the guests from your hostess and you call and you ask them each 3 questions. These 3 questions actually get them excited about the party and helps you create their swag bag, even if it's just a color card, a mint, and a headband in there. They're going to have something there with their name on it. Please watch my video because that is going to help you understand the words that you say and what gets them there. Just leaving it to chance that your hostess invited everybody and that they're all going to show up, that is why you have cancellations. That's why you have parties where half the people don't show up. If you do your job, it is your job. It is not the hostess job, okay? Her job is to invite. Her job is to have some snacks there. Another thing, I used to really coach my hostesses not to do a lot of food. You don't want her grocery bill more than what free stuff she got. And that's another thing. You've got to make it worth her while to host a party. If you're not showering her with stuff, like maybe a half-price item, a free product, whatever you've talked to her about, $10 for each guest there. If you've got 4 people there, that's $40 in free product. That's only $20 out of your pocket. It's worth for the 4 new people that you've met. So take care of your hostesses. When you take care of your hostesses, they will book again with you. You want to have perpetual hostesses. Every hostess, every woman knows 6 groups of people. Do you see why she could be a perpetual hostess for you? She has her work friends. She has her neighbors. She might have her kids' moms' friends, her kids' friends' moms. She has her old classmates' friends. She has her family and friends. She has her church friends, okay? 6 groups. It could even be more if it's someone really social. And so you want to shower her with samples, a good hostess plan. Now, you don't want to be too overabundant, but if you coach that class, you don't have to worry about what you're giving away. You give a little to get a lot, because you've got to own that skill of, once they're there, the product's going to sell itself. And so coaching the class, if you have not been coaching the class, I promise you it will turn your business around. Okay, next thing, the referral game, playing the referral game. A lot of you, I know I'm still doing your parties for you, and we always play the referral game. But you have to make sure that you follow up with the referrals, okay? Those sheets of paper from the referral games are your booking opportunities. Here's what I want you to know. Everybody that's on here tonight, I would not have ever met you if it wouldn't have been somewhere down the line I booked a stranger. Don't be afraid, okay? There's ways to Google map their house to make sure you're going to be safe, but you are not going to get rich off your family and friends. I'm going to say that again. You are not going to get rich off your family and friends. You want all those referrals, and you want to be able to book them. If you don't have my booking script for the referrals, text me. I will text you the referrals. That leads me to another video. You have to go watch the referral video, because when you're doing a party, getting the referrals is different than when you're doing face-to-face, one-on-one. You can't play a game with your facials, okay? It's just weird. So you have to have a way to get the referrals from every person that you're in front of, even if it's one-on-one. And in my video, the referral video, I talk very specifically about how I fixed that problem, because I was struggling with that, because I did a lot of facials. I did a lot of one-on-ones, and I struggled with it. And so I had to come up with a way to, hang on just a second, had to come up with a way to get the referrals from that one person. And I did, and I figured it out. But follow up. You have to have a set day that you are working on your Mary Kay business. If you have a full-time job, I did. I had a full-time job when I started. I had 2 babies, okay? I didn't have a lot of extra time. I would eat my lunch. I could eat my lunch in 8 minutes. I would go out to my car. I had all my stuff out in my car, and I would get on the phone and I would book in my car for 52 minutes. And I would book my appointments. I can't tell you that I was the best at anything, but I was consistent. I held one appointment every Tuesday night, okay? One appointment. And for the first 6 months, every Tuesday night I held an appointment. Every Tuesday night I held an appointment without fail. And I would book and book and book. Would I get more than one? Sometimes they would cancel, okay? And so I would have, if somebody couldn't do it on Tuesday night, I would have another night, and then I just wouldn't book on a Tuesday night. And so it was always like Tuesday or Thursday. But I held an appointment every single week. And I started with strangers. It was 14 years before my mom ever had a party for me. It was 14 years before my baby sister ever had a party for me. And it was 17 years before my middle sister ever let me put the product on her face. My Aunt Carol, who is my dear aunt, has never, ever bought anything from me. Never let me put the product on her face. I had one aunt that held a party for me. I sold nothing. I booked no one, and it ended right there. My mother-in-law has never bought anything from me. My sister-in-law has never bought anything from me. My husband has one aunt in Michigan that buys from me. That's it. So you can count on one hand the people that helped me. And I didn't really get very far. My aunt sold nothing, and my aunt from Michigan, she just buys. I never booked a party. Strangers. So I had to depend on facial boxes, and I had to do referrals. Okay. I had to make the referrals. And then I did vendor booths. Okay. Vendor booths, those event opportunities, those lead generating opportunities. I had to do that because I did not have family and friends that would help me. So now that's why you've got to work those referral leads. My odds of referrals, and I text, I don't call, I text, and I have a script, and I go down and I make sure my picture is attached to that text so that they know I'm a real person and not a stranger. And I can send it to you if you don't have it. But I only book 1 out of 20 on that first go around, 1 out of 20. But here's the thing, you've got to know the marketing odds. You are in sales, okay? You cannot wear your feelings on your sleeves. You are in sales, okay? You got to toughen up and know that you're going to have always have more no's than you will have yeses. The no's will not kill you, but the yeses will rock your world, okay? And so you have to know that in sales, and you cannot let it get you down. When you allow someone who said no, someone who ghosted you, I think ghost means they didn't respond. That's not what we called it back then. I've even been porched, okay? I'll tell you what porched means. When you confirm, you book a party, you confirm the night before, you coach it, you get to the house, and nobody comes to the door. Try being 9 months pregnant in August, and they lived in a split level, so you had to walk up the stairs with your bags because you saw cars in the driveway. You're knocking on the door. You are an hour away from home, and it's August again, and you're 9 months pregnant, and you get porched, and you know they're inside, and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. You know what? You just keep going because they are not ever going to create my world. I just say next, okay? Because my goals are bigger than their character. And you just, it's like lesson learned. Sometimes rejection is God's protection. I'm going to say that again. Rejection is God's protection. And I've always followed that motto. And I know that God is always going before me, leading and protecting and only opening the doors that He wants me to go through. And with that peace, when I do get cancellations and I do get no's and rejections, I just say next. No means next. All right, so we got through referrals, talked about following up. The green cards that we play, I've set you guys up with all the tools that you need for a successful party. There's no need to add anything else. Been there, done that, played the games. You have to keep it. Women can only handle so much. We play our 2 games, our referral games and our green card games. The green card gets you bookings. That lets you know who might be interested. Okay, so that you've got 2 things going on. You got your future bookings, you're going to get the sale, you got your future team going on. That green card, you've got to follow up when they've circled A or B. You've got to follow up. Follow up is the key to the success, okay? And the booking is always going to be the lifeline of your business. All right. And making those weekly booking attempts, what day are you going to book? Are you going to book? Here's the thing. I had a daytime booking and I had a nighttime booking. So when I first got started and I worked on Tuesday night was my appointments, Wednesday nights, I would come home from church and I would book for about 30 minutes. And back then we had to pick up the phone. There wasn't texting. Come home from church, I would book for 30 to 45 minutes before it got, past 9. I wouldn't call anyone. And then Mondays, I would book during the day because I was starting to build different levels of clientele, stay-at-home moms, because I did a booth and I met stay-at-home moms. So stay-at-home moms, and I had my evening people, so I knew who to call when. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I went for a walk today, so I'm tired. Okay, so making those booking attempts and really thinking about and analyzing who your clientele, who they are, and when are they going to be, interested in hosting for you. And, if you're brand new, you have the best script of them all. Hey, I just started my Mary Kay business. I'm going to practice my presentation. Can I borrow your face? Hey, I just started my Mary Kay business. I've got to practice my presentation. Can I borrow your face? you're not asking them to host a party. And sometimes you got to take the word party out of it. Okay. Party scares certain people. They think 15, 20 people in their house. They don't get it. They think lots of food, lots of work, cooking and cleaning. That's why you have to ask yourself, when you have a hostess plan, would you cook and clean and invite your friends over for your hostess plan? If your answer is no, then you got to get a little bit more aggressive. The reason I think I was always motivated to book is because I changed my hostess plan every 6 months to something that was exciting for me. Okay. And I would just get so excited and I would book, and it would take me through those 6 months. And then it would wind down. I'd change it up again and I'd start all over again. Back then, we didn't have product launches as frequent as we do now. Now we have product launches that are every time our lookbook comes out, which is 5 times a year. And so now I use those new product launches as test panel parties or test panels, surveys, to get people to sit down with me. And so that's how I stay booked up. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I am living proof that this business works and that you can literally build it from the ground up, knowing no one. Okay. You just have to have that can-do attitude that I don't care who says no, I'm going to do this anyway. If she can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And here's the thing. My pastor talked about this morning. I've always been really good at remembering the doors that God opened and never forgetting those. And so he talked about that he does the same thing. I'll tell you, my husband always laughs at me when I tell him. And I'm like, no, and I didn't have words to explain why I do that, but now I do because my pastor said it. When you make mental notes of the doors that God opened for you in a particular journey, then when it gets tough, you can go back and see his hand and know that you are always on the right path. God's God's delay is not God's denial. And that, when doors are closing, just like I said, it's for your protection. Rejection is your protection. And so always go back, and even if you have to journal those things that you've watched God open, those doors, because this business, because we deal with people, you are going to have ups and downs. Okay. And you have to be emotionally stable and have a conviction that without a doubt, this is where God placed you. You may not know the outcome, but you have to know that God gets absolutely no glory out of you failing or quitting, but he gets all the glory out of your success. Okay. And so that's why whenever I can, I will always sing his praises. And have I had bad times? Absolutely. I deal with people, but I remember the seeds that were planted. I've watched his hand at work and I never forget it. And that way I don't get down and I don't doubt. Satan likes to make you doubt. Faith comes from God, fear comes from the devil, and he likes to put all that in there. The fear, the doubt, the negative, the naysayers, the disappointments, the victim mentality. You can't win playing small. Okay, you cannot win. And so, but doing these things that I've listed, this gives you that foundation that when you're doing the work, you're planting those seeds. You are a farmer planting a crop of seeds for rain, and it's going to rain and you're going to reap the harvest. That's what these things are doing. This is the seeds you're planting. You're preparing for rain. Prepare for rain by doing these things. Okay. The proven plan. This is a proven plan that works. This is nothing new. We've been doing these things for 57 years. 57 years. I'm a dinosaur. I don't change things. They work for Mary Kay. They work for me. They'll work for you. Just because we have all these extra little tools and technology doesn't mean that you have to, jump ship with what got us here. What is that saying? Dance with the one that brought you. Dance with the one that brought you. It was these foundations, these simple tools that we have that we know work. Okay, they work. I want to read some of my notes here. This business doesn't have to consume your life either. You just respect the moment. Respect the moment that you're in. Be present to the moment. I say that as a mom because if I'm with my kids, I'm with my kids. If I'm doing Mary Kay, I'm doing Mary Kay. And nobody was as busy as I was this spring. For the first time, I had 3 kids in 3 different sports. I mean, it was when Ryan and Riley, they did the same sports. That was easy. I thought it was hard then. We had tennis, we had golf, we had baseball, and then I coached middle school tennis for the first time ever. But I managed to, if I didn't hold a party during the week, I held 3 or 4 on the weekends. You can do this business and still have a life, okay? It doesn't have to consume you, but you have to know what your goals are. You have to know what you want. A goal that is set, a goal that is not set will be missed every time. I've said that 3 times now. 4th time, a goal that is not set will be missed every time. You have to have a track to run on, okay? So referrals, bookings outside of family and friends is where your future success will come from. That's where I said before, you will not get rich off your family and friends. You have to be excited about those referral sheets that we get from every single appointment that you do. Think about this, and I said this earlier. I'll say it again because Ashley wasn't on. I knew absolutely none of you before you came into Mary Kay. Somehow we met because somewhere along the line I recruited or I serviced or I booked and I facialed a stranger. Okay, your success is hidden in those referrals, is hidden in your hot list. Okay, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Nothing good ever happens there. Okay, nothing great ever happens there. You have to go from good to great, and that is where you're going to cross your finish line. You may not be on target for anything. You may be on target for for something. I don't know. Well, I do know. I can look at the reports. But if you're brand new, you're coming up on the finish line. You're like, well, I don't have a big goal. But here's the thing. Your goal should be hitting that finish line at 90 miles an hour to start the new year on July 1 when the slate is wiped clean. Your goal should be, boom, be in the top 5 when the newsletter comes out at the end of July because you came into June and you finished strong and it catapulted you. It built that 30-day momentum that then built a 90-day movement and you started the year off, like a rocket ship. And that's what I hope for you guys, and I hope that you understand. It's work on this. Okay, if you find yourself playing a negative record, okay, you have to be energy giving. People can see. Let me see how we're doing on time. People can feel and sense a level of energy coming within 4 feet of you. They can sense if you're energy giving or energy taking. And so if you find yourself being a more energy taking and more of a Debbie Downer, then you have to replay your record. You've got to start writing your positive affirmations. Write out 5 things every morning that you are blessed with or that you're happy about. And what you'll start to do is you'll start to have a more joyful demeanor, a more positive energy, and people will be more attracted to you. Wear bright colors. Bright colors attract people to you. Watch it. Wear something bright and watch people talk to you in the stores. It is so funny. I mean, it just cracks me up. Anytime I wear bright colors, people just come out of it. It brightens people up. The littlest things can change the atmosphere that you put off or the energy that you put off. And so be an energy giver. Go out and build positive relationships. And as you start to develop your customers, they will stay with you forever because of how you make them feel. Okay. All right. So let me stop recording real quick.